Match number 48 of the Tata IPL 2025, and once again back at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. It's rank number 4 versus rank number 7. But I must tell you, Rohan, rank number 7 team all the way from Kolkata are having an unforgettable IPL because they're not at their best by the nearest of margin, though they have more or less the same squad. What is your thought? If you look into their past results so far, and here is what the frame says so. And when you look into that, Rohan, what is your thought about few games? I will tell you. First of all, that 111 versus the Punjab Kings, where they bottled 2 points, and also against the day game versus the Lucknow Super Giants, where they lost by the barest of margins by a margin of 4 runs, where Rinku Singh couldn't do that. Do you think those 4 points would have had them a little bit better in terms of the points table?
Definitely they have, because the kind of squad they have, as you said, it's a kind of a continuity they had. But I think somewhere down the line, yes, he has taken the blame himself also. Captaincy also matters. It's a huge role. Somewhere he has not quite lived up to the expectation which was set earlier by Shreyas Iyer also. I think that benchmark has been a bit of a letdown for
Correct.
KKR this season. And not to forget, as those games you said rightly, especially the Punjab game, 111, after being 60 odd for 2 after power play,
Correct.
there to lose to a 90 odd all out. I think that really was a huge setback, if not even in the mentally aspect of that. I think that would have given them a bit of a dent. Yes, the other game maybe losing out by 4 runs, but you're not sure if the batting order was right or people sending at the right spot. All those things sometimes it can affect you because of previous game's result and your own performance. So I think Ajinkya Rahane, yes, he has taken a lot of blame, rightly so, and also the coaching staff also, because it's not one man show. It's a collective team effort. Sometimes you need the other players also to chip in. Someone like a Venkatesh
Absolutely.
Iyer, who was a huge retention, has been a letdown this season. I don't think not much has been spoken about his contribution so far, or the lack of it. I think not to forget even the guys like Narayan and Russell, they have also not quite lived up to the billing that was expected from them for the last few years that they themselves have shown us in their class. But I think all these senior players not quite delivering at the right time in a crucial match, or at the moment at least. I think that's been a huge negative effect for KKR this season.
Absolutely, that has been a huge negative effect for the Kolkata Knight Riders. But if you go to the other team, which is the home side as of now for this fixture, Delhi Capitals, they've lost 3 games. I'll keep aside the Titans, Gujarat Titans lost at the Ahmedabad. I'll keep aside yesterday's loss against your team, RCB. But can we say that they will be still gutted not to get the 2 points against which they lost to the Mumbai Indians at Delhi, where they had a hat trick of runouts and the game turned on its head? Or do you think that at this moment Delhi won't press the panic button? They're in a very comfortable position.
I think that they don't need to have to press any panic button, because they have a very good team and well led by Akshar. I think that's something which not been spoken of mainly because of his bowling or his batting ability.
Correct.
But captaincy, I think, has given a good extra motivation also, and bringing out the best of Akshar Patel. He's been pretty calm, and also the support staff around him, Hemang Badani, Munaf Patel, KP, maybe also having a little extra calming effect there, though not much as a player in his own time. But I think overall it's been a much more calmer effect for DC, and a good continuity is what you're seeing in the squad selection as well. Good performance with someone like Stark at key junctures. I think that's what also has helped them be at the top throughout this campaign. So I think DC are much more well off compared to what KKR is. Yes, that odd run out. Whatever you said, Harakiri that they
Hat trick of
committed against Mumbai, I think that would have affected them. But I think end of the day, it happens in a T20 game. Sometimes under pressure, you forget the basics, and you don't quite get the communication right, or the planning and execution all part of it. But end of the day, I think DC are well settled, at least for this game moving forward. I think they need to look at the top 4 qualification mainly. What has happened in the past. But I think going forward, they need to get certain areas fixed bit, so that they can advance into the playoffs.
Absolutely, they can definitely advance to the playoffs if they have few things right. But at the moment, I think you can say Gujarat Titans are silently doing the job well. Royal Challengers Bangalore at the top of the points table. They are more or less having one foot on the playoffs as well. Out of the blue, you said it 2 3 weeks back as well. Watch out for this team, and always a late starter. Mumbai Indians is there into the playoffs. So these 3 teams seems more or less certain. Is it going to be a fight between Delhi Capitals, Punjab, Lucknow, or do you think that Delhi should be the fourth team?
You never know what's going to happen at the end. You know it how the IPL fluctuates until that
Till the
last
last
league
game.
game, last league game. and also how the opponent's results also happen. I think
Yeah,
that will also matter to you. And coming in this point of the table, teams which have games against the bottom dwellers like a CSK or RR or even
absolutely.
SRH, they will have a significant chance to go up further. But also it's a double-edged sword. In case you lose to any of these teams, I think that will affect your double
And this
in your run
happens
rate.
many times because these teams who are already knocked out of the tournament,
Nothing
they
to
have
lose.
nothing to lose. Exactly, they have
Yeah,
nothing to lose, and that's where it hampers the teams that are looking to take 2 points. You may
yeah.
wonder, okay, well, next game I have at Chepauk, I'll just get and get two free points. But which Chennai Super Kings will turn up, you don't know, and that's fair enough. Your point, but going back to the Kolkata Knight Riders, they are using their man with the golden arm very rarely. Do you think? Do you think Andy Russell should bowl more overs?
Yeah, man. I think and at the right time, not just at the slog overs, just to pick up a
Correct.
wicket here and there, which are freebies. Maybe even in the mid overs, because bowling those hard lengths at the body, a short pitch ball with the big grounds and offer. I think it can always pick up a key wicket to break the momentum or a key partnership. I think that's where they'll save a few runs. This maybe pre-decided plans like bowling Narayan and Chakravarti in the middle to suffocate the batters. I think even the
It's not
opponent also
working out.
comes up
Yeah,
with a
absolutely.
better planning. So I think that's where you need to be a little more ahead of the game, not have pre-decided plans, but be a bit more adaptable to the kind of batting line of the opponent also is going against you. I think if they can
Correct.
work those things out, maybe if not on field, off field, if somebody can guide them a little bit more, I think KKR can definitely do it because they have very good bowling attack. Not at Russell, everybody is a potent guy. Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana, all these
Mhm.
guys have the proper T20 skill sets to not just be economical but be wicket taking bowlers. So you need to
Correct.
use those guys at the right time to strike hard.
Absolutely. You definitely need to use the right players at the right time. Think a little bit out of the box, which I recently, in this tournament, I really like the captaincy of Rajat Patidar. You can somehow say Axar Patel's captaincy as well. Moving into the last three matches at this venue, which has already hosted just three games, Arun Jaitley Stadium. First of all, let's take a look into the numbers. It was a typical Kotla pitch yesterday, I must tell you, against the RCB boys. 162, 163 was the target, which was comprehensively chased down by RCB. But relayed surface, we're seeing high scoring games taking place as well in Delhi. Your thoughts on what could possibly be the surface in this game, keeping in mind about the two quality spinners KKR have? Do you think it's going to be a flat one?
Last year also we did see a lot of high scoring games at the Kotla, but I think the summer heat and slightly low bounce which you saw against the RCB, I think that's the like traditional old Delhi surfaces that we are got used to. But I think if they go with the flat pitch, that will be slightly advantageous for DC. But if they go with that low bouncing pitch on a similar surface, I think KKR will just eat them up because that will be
Correct.
walking into their strength. So I think DC need to be a bit more what do you call strategically more innovative in their thinking in giving the right surface. What GT used to do, you saw against certain teams, they played on the red soil pitch or on
Correct.
a black
Correct.
soil pitch, depending on the opponent's weakness rather than just your own strength. So I think DC need to
Correct.
be too smart on what kind of a pitch they can dish out against the KKR.
100%. You may wonder that Kolkata Knight Riders are not good players who spin because of what happened in Mullanpur. But you might play into the hands of the bowlers, which they haven't been offered so far at the Eden Gardens by the pitch curator. So it might just be what KKR exactly need on that surface. But yes, you said about what the Delhi Capitals and the Kolkata Knight Riders surface looks like, what the Delhi Capitals need to think about. But talking about the Delhi Capitals, a man who had a lot of expectations moving into this IPL season, had a wonderful dream Ranji Trophy season or a dream domestic season. Karun Nair announced himself in IPL 2025 with a bang against the Mumbai Indians. But the next four games, a little bit here and there in terms of score.
Yeah, I think not getting the right luck also. I feel sometimes those runouts happened there when it was not his call and stuff like that. End of the day, I think this T20 format isn't the right gauge for any player. I think his runs have come in the red ball format, yes, in the white ball
Correct.
format as well, but IPL cricket is much more different than any of those domestic cricket, man. Yes, what you're seeing him is good runouts. Also, he did the other day, good fielding. I think in that aspect of it, I think he has come through. His batting, I think, if he can just be a bit more calmer. He needs somebody opposite end like a KL maybe who can just be a bit more of a guiding force, just like how we saw Virat do it to Krunal. I think same thing. If it's just a partnership, end
What
of
a
the day,
partnership.
you need to know when to go out attacking and when to just defend back. I think sometimes you get over aggressive because of the flow of the game. I think you just need to be a bit more selective in your shots making. I think Karun Nair is a good player of spin. So I think in these kind of surfaces, he can be your X factor, giving you those vital sweep shots and those extra runs in the middle overs against the KKR spinners.
I was surprised yesterday that they dropped Ashutosh Sharma as Fab du Plessis was back into the side, into the 11. I was surprised. Was it really Nick White? Because Karun Nair came into the side because there was no Fab du Plessis. Now Faf is back. They had to drop someone. I think Karun Nair probably could have been there, could have been left out because Ashutosh Sharma was your finisher. He could have proven the difference in the last death overs, maybe 10, 12, 15 runs extra, and the game would have been different, according to me, in the first innings. But yes, in terms of this, you're talking about what the Kolkata Knight Riders can do, what the Delhi Capitals can do. More or less, we are playing into the same hands. But what about what you say is the strategic timeout section? Now I come to you. 4 questions, 60 seconds, Rohan. Your time starts now. KL Rahul or Ajinkya Rahane, who do you think will score more runs tomorrow?
I think KL in the form of his life, I think KL definitely edges out Rahane. Rahane is looking good, but patchy, I felt in time, so I think KL ahead of Ajinkya.
Okay, Kuldeep Yadav or Varun Chakravarti, who do you think will pick more wickets?
I think both have been bowling well, but I felt Kuldeep wasn't his 100% in terms of his health. I felt in terms of fitness, so I think Varun Chakravarti much more better in these kind of low bouncy pitches. Chakravarti edges out Kuldeep for me.
Okay, no matter which surface we are playing on, what is your average predicted score?
I'll say 160 to 170. That's pretty much a par for Delhi kind of. I mean, this kind of pitch. If it's better, I'll say 180 plus.
180 plus if it's a better surface. Final one, who do you think will be a player of the match?
Kind of form is in. I won't look beyond KL. If it's a chase on, I think DC definitely KL will be the guiding force for them. So I think I'll pick KL Rahul for this game.
KL Rahul when it's Delhi Capitals, Virat Kohli when it's RCB. I don't get any other name because these are the players. What a partnership was it in the previous game between DC and RCB? Delhi Capitals failed to break that partnership. Can I say that the signing of the season for the Royal Challengers Bangalore has been Krunal Pandya more than Josh Hazelwood?
Yeah, I think very underrated. Sometimes the kind of spells he has bought, along with Suresh also, I think even he isn't getting the credit maybe because of the lack of wickets. But these two bowling like 4 overs each, 8 overs for 50 or 55, maybe a wicket here and there on pitches where you're expecting 10 and over. If they're going under 7 and 8, I think that's like half the battle won. And of course, at the fag end, a Bhuvi or a Hazelwood is bowling those quality death overs. I think end of the day, we all have heard it even from Gambhir, etc. Like bowlers win your championships, man. And if you have a good
Absolutely.
bowling attack, any team can always give a good backing to any opposition, irrespective of the kind of scores they have scored. If they're defending, these guys can pick you wickets and keep it tight. Or else, if they're bowling first, they can always keep you under par and make sure the batting unit has to chase lesser. I think end of the day, your bowlers, if they're strong enough, you can always win titles. I think this is what Krunal, Suyash, all these guys have done pretty well. Even other teams in the past who have won, I think that's the bowling unit has won them a lot more games in the championship games. Like just like last time KKR, Mitchell Stark, all season leagues didn't do anything. Come the knockouts, he just blew the
Absolutely.
game open, picking those openers of SRH. I think that's what you bought those guys for. Your wicket-taking bowlers. So I think end of the day, bowlers win the championships. Batsmen, yeah, all the decorations and orange caps, etc. It's only till certain stage only. But your bowlers, the better you are, the chances of you winning increases.
100%, definitely true. And as you rightly mentioned about bowlers winning you tournaments, it always happens in a game of cricket. But moving into the players to watch out for, let's take a look into my picks. For the Delhi Capitals, I'm going for a different name. Playing against his hometown, it's Abhishek Porel, Axar Patel, and Kuldeep Yadav are my three players to watch out for. Ankush Raghuvanshi, Ajinkya Rahane, and Andre Russell are my three players for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Different names, but I'm expecting these players to perform, especially for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
I'm very excited where he will bat. Ankush Raghuvanshi has been your quality player. I don't want him to be
Absolutely,
at
absolutely.
number 8 and 9 and all those. That's not his position. If you
That's
want
the
to
biggest
open with him,
question mark. Yeah.
yeah, even if I think he has to come down one number, I don't care. Send these guys who are in form and confident, more importantly, and don't have that fear to fail or anything. Let them go out, express yourself. That's where your season can turn, or maybe the next season where you'll get an idea of whom to play where.
Yeah.
I think these are the games where you can really experiment a bit, give these youngsters a go ahead. We just saw what CSK did, a young Ayush Matre coming in and showing that intent. It's improved their power play scores. So end of the day, until you don't change certain things out, you will get the same result. So KKR, it's high time
Exactly.
they
Do
start
you really
giving
think
these
that
guys a high.
KKR are becoming too predictable in terms of having Sunil Narine as the opener?
Not just an opener, the kind of game he's displaying. I think the bowlers have sorted him out. They're attacking him
Exactly.
rightly at his body and short stuff, and occasional up front wide deliveries or at the stumps where he's cramped up. I think bowlers end of the day are pretty smart. You don't want to get hit by a
Correct.
slogger end of the day. So I think you better put your best batsmen up front who are much more technically sound and have that basic know-how how to play good enough bowlers. I think Rahane or Ankush Raghuvanshi, these guys have to go up the order to make sure they get a good start so that the end of it, your Russell and Rinku can power you through. I think that's where you need to be more smart with your batting order.
Okay, so according to you, this should be the 11 for the Kolkata for what you say about the batting order of the Kolkata Knight Riders. Straight away, let's take a look at the battles of this game, and here are three my picks. Axar Patel versus Ajinkya Rahane is my battle number one. Mitchell Stark versus Andre Russell is my battle number two. And Varun Chakravarti versus KL Rahul is my battle number three. Any other mount watching according to you?
I'm very excited of the third one, Varun Chakravarti and Rahul. I think a guy who is very confident with the ball, who has all the variations, and if it's a low bouncy wicket, he'll definitely be targeting the pads and the wickets. So if Rahul can negate him well, that will be a good contest to watch out for, where the game can tilt a little bit. But also someone like a Kuldeep, if he's playing well,
Yeah.
and against the KKR middle order, be it a Rinku or a Venkatesh Iyer, who's struggling left and right against quality spinners. I think if Kuldeep gets his line and length going like we have seen him in this season, much more improved with his speed up there as well. So I think that'll be a good battle to watch out for. But definitely, as you said, Stark and Russell, if it gets going, the slog overs, and that'll be something exciting for any fan to watch out.
Absolutely, definitely, it will be exciting for every single fan to watch out for, and this is what we hope for. Mouth-watering battles have been discussed. Let's take a look at the predicted playing 11, starting with the Delhi Capitals 11. Genuinely, Faf is back, so I'm going with the unchanged 11. But if this DC is chasing, I want to see Ashutosh Sharma into the side. Same side. Any changes for you?
I'm been a bit disappointed with Mukesh Kumar. I think, yeah, he picked up 4 for last game, but overall not so impressive. He's won a lot of full tosses.
Correct,
Basic
correct.
game awareness is missing. The kind of field that's been set for him and the kind of delivery is bad. I think that sometimes it makes you as a captain look very stupid, to be honest. So I think if game or two, if he can be set out, Mohit Sharma
Only if
can come in.
Natarajan is fit.
I don't know what he has been picked for the entire season. I think he's using the money. I can go on a vacation or something
It
maybe.
seems that he's
Uh,
unfit, is what I'm hearing. But if he's fit enough, he should be back into the side.
but he's still looking in the dugout. So I'm not sure if for a period of almost a month, if you're still unfit, I'm not sure what the support staff is doing with him. I think Nattu coming in, bowling those death overs along with the Stark, I think that the burden can be shared also well, because
Correct.
Mukesh, one or two balls he's bowling well, but the rest are going for runs. The pressure kind of eases out, and I think even RCB did the same. They knew the Stark will bowl the last over. They attacked Mukesh and finished the game up. So I think sometimes you need to have, he's the India bowler end of the day. I think show a bit more smartness. What kind of field that's been set, ball the right ball. I think he has it in him, but I think execution part is lacking.
Absolutely, executing part is lacking for Mukesh Kumar, just like Akashdeep was struggling with the same for the Lucknow Super Giants. The Bengal bowlers a little bit struggling, to be honest. But let's take a look at the predicted playing 11 of the Kolkata Knight Riders. It was shocking, according to me, when they picked the 11. I was happy for Robman Powell, but on the other hand, no Nokia. They went with somebody like a Chetan Sakaria out of nowhere. I don't understand what that pick was. Shall I bring in with the Sisodia up the order and drop Gurbaz to have Nokia into my 11? This is my only change.
Very good choice again if you do that, because again Nokia with his speed can rattle the DC bowlers, and if the wicket is a bit up and down, he can
He's
get you
coming
those
back
wickets.
home.
And not, exactly, I'd say he had played for the Delhi franchise a couple of seasons ago, and I think he's well averse with the conditions there. So always lead extra pace, attacking the stumps. Can you get those quick 2 or 3 wickets just to change the game up and get it into your favor? So I think you need to be a bit more proactive and come out of the box, as you said. Until these kind of changes are made, if you keep doing the same stuff again, you'll get the same results.
Yeah,
Until you change it
absolutely.
up, I don't see KKR moving up.
If you're coming this far, you definitely need to change, look into your bench and go for Indian wicketkeeper. Luvneet Sisodi had a wonderful pre-camp season with the Kolkata Knight. Why not giving a chance alongside Ninaran at the top of the order? Venkatesh Iyer, you need to perform with what your price tag shows. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. You could be the first player that could be released by the Kolkata Knight Riders. Predictions time now, Rohan. Over to you, putting you into the hot seat. Match number 48, DC versus KKR. The Delhi Capitals win, more or less sealed into the playoffs. If Kolkata win, the playoffs hopes alive. Otherwise, the Knights more or less will join the company of Chennai, Rajasthan, and Sunrisers. Your thoughts, your predictions?
Prediction, I think DC require this win a lot more to not just stay within the playoff scenario and also be more safe zone, you can say. So I
Correct,
think I'm
correct.
looking 70-30 DC. It's much more important for them. They need it a huge win, because KKR still look a bit lost in the headlights kind of mentality yet. So I think DC for me in this game.
Okay, Delhi Capitals, according to you, 70-30 for the home side, says Rohan. Fair enough, because of the quality of cricket Delhi Capitals playing compared to the Kolkata Knight Riders. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you to all the viewers watching this video. It's once again at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. 2 games in between 3 days for the Delhi Capitals. Sit back and enjoy. If DC win 2 points, they also move into the 14 points category. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Number. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.